So have you been researching how to do eyelid massage or meibomian gland expression? Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you the best way to do eyelid massage so that you can improve your dry eye symptoms and help heal eyelid styes faster. So let's take a look. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode here on Dr. Eye Health. I am Dr. Joseph Allen, and this channel is about helping people with the eyes, vision, and finding the best vision product. So there are many benefits to doing an eyelid massage. Mainly, we're using them to basically encourage the oil glands of your eyelids, called the meibomian glands, to express, meaning they're going to release all the solidified oils out of those glands so that they can start producing healthy new oils again. This is really important for anybody who's struggling with evaporative dry eye disease, or they're having problems such as a chalazion, which is basically kind of a cyst of those meibomian glands. Those oil glands in the eyelids are blocked up, or you have something like a stye, which is an infection of one of the oil glands along the eyelid. But if you're not doing eyelid massage properly, either you're not going to get that much benefit from it, or if you're doing it completely incorrectly, you could actually end up hurting your eyes. So this video, we're going to go over how to do it the right way. The first thing you should know is that you'll get more benefit out of doing an eyelid massage if you are using some sort of warm compress first. Now, warm compresses that heat to the eyelid is actually going to help melt the solidified oils in those oil glands so that when you express them, they can actually come out a lot easier. Again, getting more benefit from doing the warm compresses and then the lid massage. Now, my favorite way to do an eyelid compress, there's a couple of different ways to do it. There's a couple at-home hacks as well as some different products that are on the market that work really well. One of my favorites is the same one that we offer here at our clinic called the Brooder Eye Mask. This one you can pick up either online or at most eye clinics. They usually run somewhere between $20 and $30, but there are some updated prices for those if you want to check them out, and I'll hook that up in the description below. I also have a whole other educational video about warm compresses if you're not really sure how to do those, and I'll hook that up here in the YouTube card up above as well as in the description below if you want to check that out. Otherwise, give me a moment. I'm going to go do a warm compress. Now that we're done doing a warm compress, it's important for you to wash your hands because you're going to be touching your eyelids and you don't want to give yourself an eye infection. So there's a couple of ways you can do this. The first way is just close your eyelids and actually start at the top of the eyelid and then push down. And you're not going to be pushing into your eye as much as it is you're influence those oil glands to kind of squeeze out from the top eyelid. Now, if you notice, I'm kind of working my way around, starting in kind of the corner here, and then working my way all the way through the top portion of the eyelid and across to the far side. These oil glands, you have about 20 to 30 of them on the superior eyelid, and so you actually want to keep moving around, encouraging them to release. An additional way you can do it also is starting with your finger at the top and then rolling them down. You can again start here and roll down, but I personally don't find that as helpful, but some people do like it. Then you'll go ahead and repeat on the lower eyelid. Same thing. You're going to kind of push upward this time, starting in the lower corners and pushing upward. Now, the most important oil glands that actually end up being clogged and dying off first are usually the ones in this lower corner. So it's really important to make sure you get those lower corners really good. And then you, of course, repeat not just on one eye, but do that again on the other eye. You can even do them both at the same time if you're really coordinated. Now, there's another technique, and that's using some type of either Q-tip or cotton-tipped applicator like the one I have here in the clinic. So this is basically the same thing as a Q-tip, and it's important that if you're using this method, make sure you either wash the Q-tip first, or you go ahead and soak it in some sort of eyelid cleanser like we have here in the clinic. So I soaked the Q-tip here in the eyelid cleanser. Now I'm actually going to, again, close my eye, and this is kind of the same thing. I'm starting on the top eyelid and basically smoothing out those oil glands, again pushing more downward rather than in toward my eye, really kind of just massaging those oil glands to secrete. Then afterward, I actually like to run the Q-tip across the eyelid margin, making sure not to poke myself in the eye, but running horizontally across the eyelid margin. that'll finally encourage that last little bit of oil to secrete out. Afterward, you can again go ahead and then repeat on the lower eyelid, basically the same technique. Again, you might have to look upward to do this better. And again, really getting the ones here in the corners. And then again, rubbing across right on the margin. And yeah, that's how you do an eyelid massage. And then afterward, it's best for you to clean your eyelids with some sort of foaming eyelid cleanser or with maybe hypochlorous acid spray. That's another thing that can be used to clean the eyelids. If you've never heard of hypochlorous acid, I do have a video explaining what hypochlorous acid is and how you can get it, and I'll hook that up here in the YouTube card above, as well as in the description below, again, if you want to check that out. And one caution of safety for you guys, again, when you're pushing on the eyelids after doing a warm compress, it's important not to push too hard on the eyes themselves, because that's going to artificially increase the eye pressure of the eye, and an increased eye pressure can actually put stress on the optic nerve in the back of the eye, and that can cause what's called glaucoma. Or if you already have risk for something like glaucoma, it may actually put you at higher risk of eye damage, so make sure that you're not pushing too hard. Additionally, warm compresses and eyelid pressure can actually warp the surface of the eye, the cornea, if done too hard or too frequently. So make sure that if you're doing these on a regular basis, that your doctor has prescribed or recommended this for you. And that's one of the main reasons why people will sometimes experience blurry vision after doing a warm compress and lid massage, because the surface of the eye has been heated and the cornea can actually change shape just temporarily for a little bit. Also, these oils have now released and are now mixing with your tears, and that oil can cause some fluctuation of your vision as well. Otherwise, normal vision usually does return in just a couple of minutes afterward.